Uh-oh, here we are. Episode 15. Can you believe it already? We have we have done so many of these interviews and really unpacked the why behind the way. And I'm really excited about this one. And let me tell you why, because we've got Natalie. Natalie streaming in from a small town, I guess, outside Vancouver, Canada. And I'm, of course, SgtKen streaming live from Nashville, Tennessee. Natalie, I've known Natalie a long time, as long as I've been probably doing this professionally in and out of Canada. She's just this bright soul that was able to not only come to the table with contributions of information and education, but also impact and empowerment like really not many other people in this world. She's really a gift to others. And she has come forward to help with this Activate concept as well. And so for Activate Virtual Conference, and we know that the hashtag for 2021 is Activate Hope. And she really comes, especially now during the COVID crisis, the pandemic problem, when everyone's kind of stuck, she has figured out ways of helping lift people out of dark days and triumph over tough times. And so we're really excited to have this little chat, this fireside chat, in a world where people are having clicks and comments instead of conversations. We now have the chance to see what's going on in the heart of Natalie. So Natalie, why don't you share with the audience something about yourself?
Thank you so much, Ken, for doing all these interviews. Wow, 15 already. You're a machine. You're awesome. So tell you about myself. Maybe I'll take you back about 12 or 13 years ago. So I've been teaching fitness for over 33 years. And about 12 years ago, I was teaching fitness classes, personal training, nutrition and wellness specialists, because I had figured out that my clients would go away and eat donuts and crap. So I needed to also know about nutrition. And I wanted to become a motivational speaker as well. I wanted to be presenting at conferences and stuff. But I had this voice in my head telling me, what? You want to be a speaker like in English? You don't even speak English. And it's true, my English was really bad. I remember one day I was teaching a yoga class. I had just moved to Toronto from Quebec City, so I'm French. Right. And I had been teaching for 15 years already in French. And I had to teach in English now. My English was totally bad. At the end, during a relaxation, everybody's laying down and I want them to relax their face, relax their jaw. And I say, okay, relax. And then I wanted them to put their tongue on the roof of their mouth. I said, right. Put your thumb behind your tits. And then everybody started to laugh and I didn't know why. And anyway, so that voice in my head was kind of right. I was really bad with my English and it was holding me back. And I realized that I was not alone. I realized that 85% lack of self-confidence in at least one area of their life. And we talk to ourselves in a specific way, but we don't talk to others like that, right? No. You don't walk around, you don't tell your friends, hey, you look fat in these jeans, or, oh, you're starting your own business. It's never going to work. You're not good enough. Well, we say that to ourselves. We trash talk ourselves all the time. Like, who would want to be your friend if you talk to them the same way you talk to yourself, right? Yes. It's ridiculous. So that's when I realized, wait a minute. I love fitness. I love nutrition and fitness classes, but there's more to it. I need to figure out how to tap into this negative self-talk. So I spent the last decade studying neuroscience and figuring out a way to transform our inner language. So I created a system. That's the system I shared in my 8 international #1 best-selling books. And that's the system that is at the base of all my online courses, the Think Yourself, system. So I'm still teaching fitness classes. I love fitness. I'm a lot less present in the fitness scene. I have now been able to become a professional speaker because I got rid of my negative self-talk, and mostly I give conferences not on fitness anymore, on brain, on neuroscience, on really I teach Brain 101 and how we can reprogram our inner self-talk. So that's mainly what I do.
Well, and I know I said it offline, and I'm going to go ahead and say it for this fireside chat that we're doing now, that I've always been immensely impressed about how you've been able to packaged this brand that is easily this service that helps people to give them the education and the empowerment they need to become something better than they were before. And the whole think yourself concept is wonderful because, as you know, we share that vision because, I studied at the University of Pennsylvania School of Positive Psychology, and I became a master resilience trainer for the Suicide Prevention Task Force for the Tennessee National Guard. And when I saw you coming forward with this concept, I said, man, she is doing a fantastic job. But I want to take it further back because you said you went backwards, and because people want to know really what's going on in the heart of it. Was she always like this? She said she wanted to become a motivational speaker while she was doing this, learning English. Okay, but let's go back to when you were 15 years old. What did you dream you would be doing today?
Okay. Um, I can even go back when I was 6 years old because
Well, then go all the way
my
back to
parents
six.
were, my parents were kind of um, positive freaks, you know. They had signs in the house everywhere saying, "You can do this. You're amazing. You're awesome." And every Sunday, we didn't have to go to church, but we had to sit down in the living room, my brother and I, and listen to motivational tapes. Zig Ziglar, Augmentino, Jean-Marc Chaput. So we had to memorize these motivational tapes.
Right.
And one of the story, it's the oldest story in the speaking English industry. It's the story of the starfish. You probably have heard it, that the little girl, is throwing
Yeah.
starfishes in the water, and then the
Yeah.
man comes and said, what are you doing? And then she said, well, I'm throwing the starfishes back in the water because on the beach they will die. And then the guy said, well, there's so many starfishes on the beach, what difference is it going to make? And then takes one starfish and says, well, for that one it makes a huge difference. Well, this story, I was hearing it when it was new, like over 40 years ago. so
Wow.
so that's what I wanted to do. When I was 6 years old, I didn't want to be an actress. I didn't want to be a nurse. I wanted to be a starfish savior because that was my favorite bedtime story. So
Right.
I've always wanted to do that. And I found fitness as a platform to help people. And it took me a while until I realized that, oh my gosh, my clients are successful not because I'm showing them a better way to squat or because I'm giving them a better kale salad recipe. It's because somehow they're changing the way they think. And
Yes.
that's what really got to me. And I thought, I I feel like I need to look at this more. I need to look at the mindset. And that's really where I found my calling. I found my why, my purpose. Yeah.
Definitely. And do you remember a conversation that you and I had about 3, 4 years ago ish in Toronto? We were talking about fitness in multiple dimensions, right? Because you really spoke to that just now, and it resonated in my heart to bring it up right now. Is that for our audience that's watching this or watching it later on a recording? Is that because people think of fitness as like from the old thing is that fitness is 80% nutrition and 20% physical fitness, which is the old way of thinking, right? And so we've got
Yeah.
physical, nutritional, we've got emotional, and there's that piece right there about that emotional fitness, that mental toughness, that psychological capital, the life coaching piece, right? Then the
Yeah.
social fitness, the family fitness, and the spiritual fitness. And if we were to look at it, because remember our conversation we had is that fitness is just to help people where they're lacking in life, and that whole
Okay.
mindset of taking that fixed mindset and turning it into a growth mindset will help them in any of those dimensions. And if we're firing in all these pistons are firing in the right order, well, then we're really comprehensive fit. And and so I've been always impressed. Like I said, I've always been impressed about how you approach the neuro-linguistic programming of it all to help people see how we're wired and how we can change that pathway simply by the way that we change our perspective. And but so where do you see yourself maybe in 5 or 10 years from now?
That's a really good question. I I do believe that I I will be exactly at the same place doing exactly what I'm doing because that's what I'm supposed to do. And even that $20 million question, what would you do if you won $20 million?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I might have a jet so I could go visit my mom more often. And I would probably still do the same thing because that's what gets me up in the morning, is to share with a platform, especially with fitness professional. I love sharing this message with fitness professional because when I share it with Mr. and Madam everybody that's at home that wants to be inspired, it's one thing. But when I share it with a fitness professional, they have a platform and they go and they teach that. And that is exponential, because I find that too many fitness professionals still are contributing to the problem, meaning you know why people believe that exercise is hard. It's because we keep telling them and we keep saying, push through the pain,
Mm-hmm.
feel the burn, don't give up. And
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff is getting into people's head. Pain, burn, give up. And too often I continue to hear um, trainers on videos now online and then say, okay, don't drop your head, don't arch your back, don't tell people what you don't want them to do. And that's why I feel my sessions are very popular, because um, if not, what then? What should we say instead? Because every time I speak at a fitness conference, I'm like, okay, well, what am I supposed to say if I'm not supposed to tell them don't stop, don't give up, push through the pain? What? Those are my best cues. What are you talking about? What
Mm-hmm.
am I going to say instead?
I remember
So
watching you speak a couple years back. Um, you had told me you had a new program. I came to see one of your lectures, and I forgot where. I was somewhere in Canada, one of those conferences. But you said something, and I love the way you said it. I've heard it before, but yeah, the way you said it, because someone had a question, and that's where you really get the beautiful perspective for how to use the information, because people are really trying to ask you qualifying questions about how to do this, and you just looked at that person and said, what would you be doing in your life if you knew nothing would get in your way? Right? Because the way people used to say that phrase, what would you be doing in your life if you knew you wouldn't fail? And what you just said is what we're putting those negative words on their minds. You didn't use the word fail. You said, what would you be doing in your life if you knew nothing would get in your way? And that's just a refreshing way to say, well, I guess that I would go, and start this business right here. Well, exactly. You had that person on this journey already, and I saw the person's face. She just went like this, and she had this aha moment. So I want to unpack that a little bit more. I want to ask you what gives your life meaning, and especially what made you think like to say that to that one person. What did it make you feel like when you saw the aha moment in her?
at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Um, and it's interesting because I'm reading an amazing book right now about memory and about the brain, and it's about these memory athletes around the world that are memorizing stuff. They can memorize a deck of cards all shuffled in different order, and tell you exactly in what order each card was
Mm.
in 50 seconds. Like, they're mental athletes, and their brain is average, because they've done testing on these guys, and they have just an average brain. They're just normal people, because a brain is that powerful. We don't need to be above average in order to be able to do mental stuff like that. We have a brain. It's enough. Even if we're below average, a brain is the most powerful and complex structure of the universe. So I love seeing somebody going from, oh, I'm just not sure, I'm not confident, into I'm totally rocking it. And that's what I love about what I do, is that people don't even remember how they used to feel. Like if they go on into their next moment. If I was a doctor fixing their foot, they would leave my office and I would say, how's your foot? Oh, thanks, doctor, you fixed my foot, my foot's better. But what happens when they leave my office is I say, how's your foot? And they say, what foot? I'm fine. What are you talking about? They don't remember how they used to feel, because it's that transformational. And when you work at an unconscious level with the real problem, and then you get rid of that negative self-talk, it's exponential, the power that you have. It's amazing. So it's so important to me to share this message that everybody is absolutely amazing. We can do anything. We are able to, even if we have to move our business to online. And right now we feel like, oh my gosh, I need to move my business to online. This pandemic is not over. And everybody said, I'm so bad with technology. Well, good news is we're not bad with technology. We're really good, because everybody's got a dopamine spiking device like this. And we were all able to go from this to this to this to this to this. And all of a
Yep.
sudden there was no more keyboard, and we still figure it out
Yeah.
because we have a brain. We are absolutely amazing. We're
Mhm.
good. We can totally figure that out.
We are worthy, exactly, and I'm so glad that that last question was able to tighten up the shot group with your whole mission and your vision, and I'm glad the audience got to hear this from you. So I have one more question for you, because this is really good. Because we're this whole social media series was to support Activate Virtual Conference, and so there are going to be people coming, and that they're going to wonder. So the question is, what do your services serve as a solution for what people need, especially now?
So, as a confidence expert, I moved into the pandemic um, as if I was on a raft pulling people from getting drowned, if you'd like. And I thought that this is what I could bring. And interestingly enough, what happened is that my my clients totally changed and moved from mental resilience to hard skill. And now it's been crazy busy with business. Natalie, I know you want to work my confidence, but I got it. But how do I make money? And I realized, okay, it's not about how can I make money, it's how can I serve. And there's one thing that I'm lucky, because 4 years ago I moved my business to online. I've been doing online for 4 years. So it's not like I'm finished reading that book. I'm still reading the same books than everybody else. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I've got 4 years ahead. So that's what I've been serving with, is I know how to make money with this stuff. So I created a whole bunch of new courses on how to put your slides as a background, for is one of the courses that sells like crazy. How to the Think Yourself a Tech Pro, the Think Yourself a Business Pro, how to transform social media fans into paying clients,
Mm.
and how to make your own website, because most fitness professional went from working into a gym, being an employee, to becoming an entrepreneur. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, how can I be an entrepreneur now? And it's a lot to have to change what you have to do, not to, like, we already have to learn how to present virtually and do our work in a virtual setting. Now we have to figure out how to do accounting and receive payment and where to click and so it's a lot. So
So just to
I've
be clear, how much of all of this that you just unpacked here, how much of all of this are they going to get from you to be on the right path at the Activate Virtual Conference?
So Activate, we will have twice, two opportunities. So the first one is the launching keynote Saturday morning. Think yourself confident. So everybody is there. It's general session. I'm going to give you there a specific 2-step technique to change your negative self-talk. So you'll get, it's a short keynote. It's going to be a kickoff. Then we get into Think Yourself a Coach. So it's a longer session. We got 90 minutes on don't just be a trainer or an instructor, be a coach. I'll give you the ultimate cueing guide for fitness professional with over 80 cues that you should be using, along with the full DNA system with the 3 steps, how to change your client's mind. And I'll talk about business as well at the same time. So we'll be covering all that. So remember to sign up, activatefit.ca.
I'm blown away. I'm blown away because, no offense to anyone else, of course, because there are a lot of great presenters that are on this lineup, but it's so valuable just to receive what you just said. And so just to know that you're going to go ahead and launch us on that right pathway of purpose and passion, and to help us build our power to feel better about ourselves is absolutely profound. And there's another P there for the alliteration Olympics. And so, Natalie, this is awesome. This is just awesome. It's
going to be fun.
You're armed and ready. You're not only are you armed and ready, but you're going to have us all armed and ready to come out of this pandemic better than we were before. So
I think
you're a gift.
Thank you, but honestly, I'm a small town girl. I didn't even speak English 15 years ago, and honestly, if I can do it, everybody can. Are you kidding me? That's the thing. So I used to be really bad with technology. I couldn't even maneuver the remote control. And then I realized I can learn where to click. I'll figure that out. And as soon as you realize you have a brain.
Your humility has always been evident, but your transparency is what I think people appreciate, and what they're going to receive your message well because of it. So
thank you.
We're excited. We're totally excited. So folks, you heard it right there, episode 15. I think this is a great way for us to say to be continued. And so please, if you want to come and get a keynote that is just going to blow you away, you've got to sign up for Activate virtual conferences, activatefit.ca, and you've got to make certain that you're there so that you can be completely clear and present in the moment, so that you can become confident like you never were before through Natalie's keynote, and then take her workshop that's going to be following up on that schedule. Once again, I'm SgtKen, streaming in live from Nashville, Tennessee in the USA, and this is
Natalie Plamondon-Thomas from White Rock, BC.
That's right. And this was episode 15 of the Activate Virtual Conference social media series. We love you. We think you're just awesome. You are worthy. And we cannot wait to see you again at Activate. And then developing a relationship from moving them forward. So have a blessed day, everyone. God bless you all.
Bye, guys.